भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायण नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। So continuing with the discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 6, Conversation between Narad and Vyasadeva, text 23 onwards. Text 23. Sat sevya dirgyapi jata mai drida matihi hitva vadyam imam lokam ganta majjan tamasi. By service of the absolute truth, even for a few days, a devotee attains firm and fixed intelligence in me. Consequently, he goes on to become my associate in the transcendental world after giving up the present deplorable material worlds. So this is Vishnu, Lord Vishnu speaking with Narad Muni. Narad Muni, when he was meditating, Lord Vishnu appeared in person. And then Lord Vishnu told him that this is the only time you're going to see me. You're not going to see me for the rest of the life. But you continue, carry on with your devotional service, with your meditation. And then at the end of life, you will see me again. And now Lord Vishnu is telling Narad Muni what the devotees attain when they see me. So this is what Krishna or Vishnu is saying. By service of the absolute truth, even for a few days, a devotee attains firm and fixed intelligence in me. So that is advantage of serving the Supreme Lord. Consequently, what happens? He goes on to become my associate in the transcendental world. So this firm and fixed intelligence is required. And how does one attain that? By but the service has to be proper. Serving the absolute truth means rendering service unto the absolute personality of Godhead under the direction of the bona fide spiritual master, who is a transparent medium between the Lord and the neophyte devotee. So this is how we render service. The neophyte devotee has no ability to approach the absolute personality of God by the strength of his present imperfect material senses. And therefore, under the direction of the spiritual master, he is trained in the transcendental service of the Lord. And by such training, even for some days, the neophyte devotee gets intelligence in such transcendental service, which leads him ultimately to get free from perpetual inhabitation in the material worlds and to be promoted to the transcendental world. So this is the effect of serving the Supreme Lord under the guidance of a spiritual master. But this doesn't mean when we do the service under the guidance of spiritual master that what will happen in the spiritual world. So in the spiritual world, can everybody hear me? One devotee wrote he cannot hear me.
Yes, we can hear you, Prabhuji.
Okay. So in the spiritual world also, we do the service under the spiritual master, but spiritual master will have his own swarupa, his own spiritual form, and we will have our spiritual form, and we continue with the service over there also. So this is how it works. It's not like when we go to spiritual world, there is nobody we have to report to, or no guidance for us. Everything is there. But we will not be serving independently. So that independent mentality is in the material world, not in the spiritual world. Of course, the service over there under the guidance of a leader is all out of love. There is no force. Force in the beginning is only here in the material world because we can do things crazily. So for our training, for our proper guidance, proper instruction, the spiritual master is there, or the other spiritual teachers are there. Mostly, just like if you have heard of this Gundicha march and pastime, which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did in Jagannath Puri a day before Jagannath's Rath Yatra. So Lord Jagannath come from Shri Mandir or main Mandir to Gundicha temple, and he stays there for 7-8 days. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went with his associates to Gundicha temple, and he cleaned up the whole temple very nicely because Lord Jagannath was going to come and reside there. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was cleaning the temple or leading the cleaning of temple, one devotee, Bengali devotee, came, and Mahaprabhu was inside the temple and he was cleaning the altar. And this devotee came and he poured water on Mahaprabhu's lotus feet and he drank that water because it was Charnamrit. Mahaprabhu, although inside he was very happy, but outside, as a matter of etiquette and as a matter of discipline, he has to chastise this devotee. So he called Swarup Damodar Goswami and he told him, look at your Bengali Vaishnava. What did he do? He made me an offender against our Lord because he drank water from my feet. He washed my feet and he drank that water in the temple of the Lord. Of course, Jagannath was not there at the temple, but since it's a temple of the Lord and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was acting like a devotee, not like a Lord, so he was seemingly upset. So Swarup Damodar Goswami took that devotee away, and basically he was also happy with the devotee, but outwardly he chastised him and he put him in another service. But when Mahaprabhu told him, "Your Bengali Vaishnava," to Swarup Damodar Goswami. So Swarup Damodar Goswami is who? He is Lalita Sakhi in Krishna Leela. So indirectly, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told through that incident that all the Vaishnavas who come under in this lineage, following Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and following Mahaprabhu means following 6 Goswamis and Swarup Damodar Goswami and other acharyas. So we all come under the jurisdiction or guidance of Lalita Sakhi. And under Swarup Damodar Goswami, then the 6 Goswamis, main Goswamis, and of that, we come under the guidance or jurisdiction of Rupa Goswami. And after that, of course, many different acharyas came, then Srila Prabhupada. So when we go back to the spiritual world, so we basically will serve under Srila Prabhupada, who is under the guidance of his guru, and ultimately under Rupa Goswami, who is Rupa Manjari in Krishna Leela. So whatever spiritual form we will have, and if we remain in this line, then we will be serving in that line and directly under the guidance of Rupa Manjari. Of course, we'll be under different trainers, and specifically Srila Prabhupada for us, whatever his form is. So this is how we serve even in the spiritual world. So this guidance and this, that's why every morning when we sing Kurvashtakam, we do sing that Chakhudan Diloje Janme Janme Prabhu se Divyagyan Hirde Prakashito. In Janme Janme Prabhu se, oh spiritual master, you are my Lord and Master, birth after birth. So this relationship continues even in the spiritual world. So this is how important and eternal this relationship is. So this is what Prabhupada is writing, that one has to do the service under the direction of the spiritual master. Matirmai nibaddeyam navipaddet karichit praja sarga nirodheyapi smritischa madanugrihat. Intelligence engaged in my devotion cannot be thwarted at any time. Even at the time of creation as well as at the time of annihilation, your remembrance will continue by my mercy. So intelligence engaged in my devotion cannot be thwarted at any time. Means it becomes spiritual. So spiritual intelligence, spiritual mind cannot go away. So this is why Lord Vishnu is telling Narad Muni that you will not forget me at any time. So even at the time of creation as well as at the time of annihilation. So Narad Muni is telling this story, what happened in the previous day of Brahma. So after that, the whole creation, at least up to the point, up to the Swargloka was destroyed. And when Brahmaji next day, he created the creation again. And Narad Muni, so that time he was a son of maid servant, and now he is Narad Muni. And Narad Muni still remembers what happened in previous day of Brahma. It was millions and millions of years ago. And in the purport provides, devotional service rendered to the personality of Godhead never goes in vain. Never. Since the personality of Godhead is eternal, intelligence applied in his service or anything done in his relation is also permanent. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is said that such transcendental service rendered unto the personality of Godhead accumulates birth after birth. And when the devotee is fully matured, the total service counted together makes him eligible to enter into the association of the personality of Godhead. Such accumulation of God's service is never vanquished, but increases till fully matured. So, by writing, this transcendental service accumulates birth after birth. So, this is what we have to do. We have to continue our service, and in fact, we should increase our service. So, our maturity comes very soon. So we have to try to do that. And the service is everything like chanting, reading, hearing, remembering, and other physical services. So services we do by body, mind, and words. So any service we can do, we should render lovingly. Again, lovingly, not forcibly. Even forcibly we do, it will still count it. But more lovingly we do, more fixed we will be in that service. So we keep on doing our service, and one day we'll be completely mature in our service. And then we go back, because then there's no thing that binds us in the material world. Etavad ukto param tanmaha bhutam nabho lingam alingam ishvaram aham chatasmai mahatam mahiyase shirshana vanamam vidhe anukampitaha. Then that supreme authority, personified by sound and unseen by eyes, but most wonderful, stopped speaking. Feeling a sense of gratitude, I offered my obeisances unto him, bowing my head. See, when Narad Muni is talking about Lord Vishnu, then that supreme authority, personified by sound and unseen by eyes. So look at the description he gave. So personified by sound and unseen by eyes means he's not visible to our material eyes. He's personified by sound means once we hear about him or once we glorify him, he will be revealed to us. That the personality of Godhead was not seen but only heard does not make any difference. The personality of Godhead produced the 4 Vedas by his breathing, and he is seen and realized through the transcendental sound of the Vedas. Similarly, the Bhagavad Gita is a sound representation of the Lord, and there is no difference in identity. The conclusion is that the Lord can be seen and heard by persistent chanting of the transcendental sound. So this is the way to see the Lord. Not like when many people complain or they don't have qualification, they see, oh, where is God? You show me God. Well, do we have the qualification? Do we have the eyes to see the Lord? Even if he's standing right before us, do we have the qualities? Are we eligible? Are we entitled to see him? Are we so spiritually pure that we will be able to see him? No. So the idea is make ourselves qualified. Then he will be himself will be revealing himself to us. Just like that's why Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, do not try to see God. Try to serve him in such a way that he wants to see you. That who is the person who is serving me so nicely? So let him develop this desire to see you. Why we want to see him. We should be just serving him. And many, many beautiful incidents are there in the history. Just like once in South India, Ramanujacharya at Sri Rangpuram. So every day this pastime happens. They take the Lord on Shobha Yatra, Rangnathji. So once this Shobha Yatra was happening and Ramanujacharya was there with his disciples, and he saw on the road a person with his wife or girlfriend, I don't remember, it was wife or girlfriend. And he was participating in that Shobha Yatra, but he was carrying an umbrella on this lady's head, and he was only looking into the eyes of this lady. Although Lord Rangnath, Shobha Yatra was passing by, Ramanujacharya happened to see this person. He said, what in the world is this guy doing? So he sent his disciple to call him over, and this man came. And Ramanujacharya asked him, what were you doing? And the Supreme Lord was passing through, and you didn't even look at him. That person, he was very honest. He said, Swamiji, I don't think there is anything more beautiful than the eyes of my girlfriend. So I am completely mesmerized, and I was just completely absorbed in looking at her eyes. Ramanujacharya asked him, he understood this man. He said, okay, if I show you something more beautiful than the eyes of this lady, will you be able to see him? Will you be able to take your eyes off of this lady? He said, there is nothing more beautiful than the eyes of this girl. But yes, Swamiji, if you want to show me something, I'll definitely look into it. So Ramanujacharya asked him next to come to Srirangam temple, Rangnathji temple. So this man went, and Ramanujacharya prayed to the Lord to show him his form. So when this man went and Lord showed him his form, real form. So this man, looking at the deity of Rangnathji, it was by mercy of Ramanujacharya, he took the real darshan of the Lord. And then he realized there is nothing more beautiful than this Lord who's sleeping here, who's lying down here. And then he gave up everything and he became a devotee. Even that lady also became a devotee of the Lord. And they became wonderful. I'm forgetting the name. What was the name? I think Dhanurdas, but I'm not sure. Radhakrishna Prabhu can guide us better. But and then he became a wonderful Vaishnava. It was by the mercy of Ramanujacharya he got the darshan of the Lord. Otherwise, he wasn't qualified. So, obviously, we need the mercy of gurus, of the acharyas, to take the darshan of the Lord. But probably this devotee had done lots of pious activities in his previous life, so he got this mercy of Ramanujacharya. So we have to keep on doing our service so nicely that Lord wants to see us, and He will make an arrangement to see us. So we have to have this faith, and we continue with our services. So text 26. Namani anantasya hatatripaha pathan guhyani badrani kritani chasmaran gam paritan stushtumana gatspriha kalam pratikshan vimado vimutsaraha. Thus I began chanting the holy name and fame of the Lord by repeated recitation, ignoring all the formalities of the material world. So chanting and remembering of the transcendental pastimes of the Lord are all benedictory. So doing, I traveled all over the earth, fully satisfied and free from pride and envy. The life of a sincere devotee of the Lord is thus explained in a nutshell by Narad Muni by his personal example. Such a devotee, even after his initiation by the Lord or his bona fide representative, takes very seriously chanting of the glories of the Lord and traveling all over the world, so that others may also hear the glories of the Lord. Such devotees have no desire for material gain. They are conducted by one single desire to go back to Godhead. This awaits them in due course on quitting the material body. Because they have the highest aim of life, going back to Godhead, they are never envious of anyone, nor are they proud of being eligible to go back to Godhead. Very important for us to understand. Yes, constant remembering, chanting, service, everything is important. But more important is to be free from pride and envy. Because Mahaprabhu also said, one who is humble, tolerant, free from the desire for getting respect, but still respecting others, only he can chant the holy names of the Lord constantly. So to be able to constantly chant the holy names and chant, not just finish our rounds, chant, really chant, we have to be free from pride and envy. We become proud of, oh, I am a devotee and other is not a devotee, or I'm a better devotee than the others who are just neophytes, or he or she is not following the path properly, he or she is not. We become judgmental. We start finding faults with others. And that's where we make the mistake, because the pride takes over. And in English, there is a saying that pride cometh before the fall. So before we fall down, we become proud. Proud of our so-called spiritual advancement. But if we are really advanced, we won't be proud. We would be very, very humble. Because one who is really advanced, he understands it's not by his doing he's making the advancement, he's making progress. It's only by the mercy of the Lord and mercy of the Vaishnavas. He's been able to make progress. So there is no question of pride. Just like somewhere I was reading, how do you see the face of the Lord when he is so high? The person says, no, you don't start getting high to see the face of the Lord. You just bend down on your knees, on your hands. Then you will see because the Lord is so low. Lord is not low, but when we have to become humble in our approach, then we will be able to see him. A proud man cannot see the Lord. And secondly, envy. When we are proud, obviously, then we become envious of others' qualities, others' progress, others' achievements. We become envious. We have to understand if the other person is making progress, then he has more of Krishna's mercy. That's all. That's why he's making more progress. So we should be happy for him instead of getting envious. Because when we see these anarthas that are in our heart, and the list goes like that, na? Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Mad, Matsarya. Matsarya means enviousness. And enviousness is in the end, because it's the most difficult anartha to get rid of. Calm can be taken away in the beginning, but enviousness most difficult. That's why it comes in the end of the list. But we have to get rid of it. We have to understand other people who are making progress, who are better than me, because they got more mercy of Krishna. And if I serve Krishna, if I serve these devotees nicely, I'll also get the mercy of Krishna. Not by enviousness, not by trying to stifle their progress, not by trying to stop them in any way, not by trying to put them down, we will make progress. There's no way we can make progress like that. Krishna also tells Arjun in Bhagavad Gita, because you're non-envious, you're a devotee, you're my friend, and you're non-envious. So that's very, very important quality. These two qualities, pride and envy, will definitely stop us from making progress. We became envious of Krishna in the spiritual world. That's why we fell down. Now we become envious of Krishna or Krishna's devotees. Well, what is being envious of Krishna? Well, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And if we become envious in the sense, why he is the enjoyer. I want to be the enjoyer. Even if we don't say why he is enjoyer, even if we just say, I want to be the enjoyer, I want to be the controller, means we are being envious of position of Krishna. All we are servants. Of course, we have to do our service properly, but in the mood that we are servants. The consciousness should be of that kind. And then Krishna will be pleased. Then we are ready to go back. That's why even in the previous couple of verses prior to that, Prabhupada is saying, we get trained under the direction or guidance of spiritual master. Then we can only take up this training process or the instructions or guidance of somebody superior if we are non-envious, if we are not proud, if we are humble. Then only we'll take up somebody's instructions as a life. But if we are proud of anything that we have, we'll not take up the instructions. We'll say, I'm better than him, or I'm better than the others. We'll not deal with others properly. We'll not have a mood to serve. If I think I'm better than others, why should I serve them? That's why that's why our movement is when we says we call everybody else Prabhu. Prabhu means master. Master means I am your servant, you are my master. So that is to take away all the pride and envy that we have in our heart. So we have to take up this process seriously. And again, as I said repeatedly, every day at the end of the day, we take a stock of what did we do today? What did we talk? How did we talk? How did we act? How did we think? And then we try to rectify the mistakes and whatever good things we have done, we should try to do it again and in a better way. Then we can make progress. So I'll stop here. See anybody has any question or comment?
Hare Krishna, I am joining the meeting for the first time. My name is Priya. I was listening to this. It was very, very enlightening. And my question is, you were saying about that you should not envy Krishna in the sense that you should allow Krishna to decide, and we probably submit to what Krishna is kind of giving to us in life. Does that mean that we cannot desire for anything, any betterment for ourselves or for our children, and seek Krishna for that? I mean, is that wrong? Is that okay?
Well, thank you for joining the class and hope you continue to come back again and again. There's nothing wrong in desiring good things for our children. We don't become inert or inactive in bhakti. We remain completely active. But understanding that the desires will be fulfilled by Krishna to the extent whatever he wants. We still have to work hard, but the results are not in our hands. So whatever Krishna gives, we should take it wholeheartedly.
Thank
Is
you.
it okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mata. Any other question or comment?
Hare Krishna Guruji. There is no question, but I would like to say that today's session was wonderful. Really, it was very heart-touching. I mean, it was just a eye-opener, and lot many things we think that no, we are this, we are that, but no. I mean, after hearing these kind of lectures now, I mean, it is like our eyes get open. It is very heart-touching. Thank you so much for doing this.
You're welcome, Mata. So I guess we can stop here then. If no more questions. Okay, we'll stop here. Everybody have a wonderful day.
Hare
And
Krishna.
I'll have